I forgot this was even here. What's up, Agents? Zero here, and welcome back to another episode of Mega Skyblock. This is episode 10, and episode 10 was actually the final episode of last season. Now, obviously, we're nowhere close to being done because we have a huge number of islands that we still need to explore, so I'd say we're making fairly good progress. Now, before we get started, I want to go ahead and apologize for the fact that I haven't been uploading these past few days, and I will go ahead and explain what happened. So Thursday rolled around, my video editor updated, and it's now at the point where it's got a bug where I can't actually make proper edits. I set the timestamps for my clip edits, and they go several seconds off, which makes it really difficult for me to be able to edit much of anything. The only reason why I'm going to be putting this video is because this time I'm actually going to be editing using a program I found for my computer, which I don't know what the quality is going to be like for that, because normally I like to edit everything on my Android, so that's what's going to be going on. And then over this past weekend, my dad and my two brothers were doing some construction work in their closet. If you were to take out the back wall of their closet, it would actually lead straight into my bedroom, and I figured, you know what, let's take the weekend off, because that would end up getting picked up by my microphone, and that would not sound good at all. So that's where I've been these past few days. Now, for this episode in particular, I do in fact have a goal I want to get done in this episode. I want to make my way over to at least this island over there, and then I do want to make my way over to this island over there, and I'm going to see how much time I have left over from that. The reason why I want to go to this island in particular is because if we come over this way, as you can tell, there's a chest over there. Now, I honestly have no idea what is actually inside of this chest. I'm going to make an assumption, but the past few times I've made assumptions, it hasn't worked out too well. So I have myself 3 pieces of armor. I've got myself a shirt and shoes that I got from one chest, and I got leather pants from fishing. And I'm going to make an assumption that the rest of my armor is going to be on that island, but then again, like I said, usually when I make assumptions, they aren't actually right. And something I do want to go ahead and mention, TheGamingCyclone actually commented on my last video. If you guys don't know him, we've been working together, and he's also the creator of this map. Oh, there's another pumpkin. You have to take care of that later. He mentioned that there are some islands high up in the sky above all the other islands, which, number one, I actually have known about this already, because I've seen these islands before. He said there's a total of 3 of them, and I've only seen 2 so far. So there's one up there. I'm going to take care of that in a future episode. It's not going to be this episode, obviously. That's why I said a future episode. So we've got that going for us. So we do have a lot of progress to make before we're anywhere close to being done. Then, again, we do have all of the achievements that TheGamingCyclone gave me a number of episodes ago for me to complete. And actually, I haven't checked this achievement list since last week. Let me go ahead and open this up and see how far we are doing. I've got like a rather slow Windows 10 computer, so it's going to take about a minute for this file to open. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get started with this bridge over to this island. I'm hoping it's got something good inside of this chest, but we're not going to know until we get over there. And I have actually not been doing anything on this world, or at least not very much on this world since the last episode, because I've been busy working on other stuff. And unfortunately I haven't been on this world, so not much progress has been made other than finishing the bridges made in the last episode, and also, yeah, actually that's just about it. So we've got this bridge here, and let's go ahead and see what's inside of here. Some wood and some flint. Okay. Well, definitely not what I was expecting to be in there, but it's better than nothing. And actually, you know what? I forgot to get myself some torches to light this place up. I'm going to have to do that before this episode goes out, because actually I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Because here's the thing. I have had a few instances... Okay, there's a tree that's wrong. Okay, I've had a few instances where there have been some mobs spawning on some of the other islands, which is fairly obvious, but what I mean by that is I've had some hostile mobs appear on some of the other islands. In particular, this island has had mobs on it. Hostile ones. I don't need to repeat myself, you guys know what I'm saying. I've had a few spawn on here, and I want to make sure that doesn't happen any further. Not that having mobs is necessarily a bad thing. I mean, all things considered, I do eventually need to make a mob farm, because that is one of the achievements that TheGamingCyclone gave me, is to make a mob farm. And you know what, since I'm here, let me go ahead and take this chest. I'm not necessarily going to need it anytime soon, but I figure at least having it, and if I need it, is at least better than not having it at all. Then again, there is the island with the campfire that I got my bed from, that still has the chest in the ground. I never grabbed it, but that's because it's, well, in the ground, like I said. What did I grab? A chest. I forgot already. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this up. And I've got 10 chests inside this single chest. That's weird. Alright. So I've got the achievements list up now. It took a few seconds for it to come up, and I just haven't said anything until now. So let's see. There's a total of 15 achievements, and I've completed 9, so doing the math, that's 6 left. So we're doing rather well. So we've got an achievement where I have to die 3 times, which I don't want to do that just yet. There's making a mob farm, completely equipping an armor set, which I've got 3 of the 4 pieces in here so far. Filling the entire chest with cobblestone, which I have not made any progress since the last episode. I need to work on that. And then there's End of the Road, which is explore all islands, and then End of a Mega Adventure, which is complete Mega Skyblock. So I've got a lot of progress that I still need to make. So now, as I mentioned, I want to make my way over to this island over here, because there is a villager over there. Now, I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be able to make any sort of trade with them to begin with. I'm going to make a quick assumption here, and TheGamingCyclone is more than welcome to back me up on this, should he feel it necessary. I'm going to find out in a few seconds anyway. I think he actually gave this guy, I think he gave this guy custom trades. So if I go ahead and talk to him, so rotten flesh for 37 rotten flesh for an emerald, that's a lot. But once I actually get a mob farm up and going, that shouldn't necessarily be too bad. And I say shouldn't necessarily, which means it could be a bit of a problem. If I go in here, 8 gold bars for an emerald, and that is that literally all you have? Okay, whatever. Okay, so coming over here, I managed to explore the island, which is the whole point of this, but B, Well, the trades weren't all that great. I mean, I can get myself some emeralds at some point, but I don't think there's really any need for me to have emeralds anytime soon to begin with, because this is a Skyblock world. That surprisingly took a lot less time than I thought it would take me, and I don't know why I thought that. So, now something I can go ahead and do. If I go all the way out here, and just a few seconds ago I almost fell off, I actually scared myself. If I go over to the Mushroom Island where I was last episode, I do believe it was last episode, I got my diamond pickaxe last episode, and there's a diamond on this island. As you can see over to the side, there's an island made entirely out of note blocks, and I mean, there's no reason why I can't go over there. I mean, seriously, there's no reason why I can't go over there. So I guess I might as well go ahead and get started heading over there. Now, I don't know how this is going to line up with the rest of the island, because we had that little bit of a problem last episode where I was way off as far as getting to the Mushroom Island. I think this is going to turn out rather well this time. Yeah, it looks like it, because I can see, yeah, I see the center already. And wait a minute, I forgot this was even here. Because I do remember it from last season. He put an emerald block, I mean not an emerald block, an emerald ore on that island last season. I do remember that much, but honestly, as any further than that, I'd forgotten it was there in the first place. So I suppose I should go ahead and go and get myself my iron pickaxe. Actually, yeah, I do need at least iron, because I do remember I found out last season that you don't need a diamond pickaxe in order to pick up emeralds. I found that out the hard way. So you don't actually need a diamond pickaxe to get emeralds, which is something I was not aware of last season. I thought you were I need to stop saying that. You guys know what I'm trying to say. But we have ourselves our first emerald on the server. Well, not the server, the world. This isn't a server. Which is actually relatively good to have. And actually, know what? I suppose I don't necessarily know if I'm actually going to end up actually getting a helmet from a chest from another island. I probably will, but something I could do in the meantime, which is something I don't necessarily want to have to do in the first place, is this something in Minecraft in general that I don't like doing, is the killing of animals, which I know sounds weird because that is a way of getting food. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill that cow and get leather, or at least try to get leather. I'm probably just going to get raw beef, because that does sometimes happen, is you kill cows and you only get the raw beef that they always give raw beef whenever you kill them, but they don't always give off leather. And I think I've got two. Oh, there's one of the islands up in the sky. I didn't know that particular one was there. Alright, here I made it. So let's go ahead and get this. Our one and only emerald on this world. We're probably going to get another emerald at some point by the time I start getting rotten flesh and trading with the villager. I don't necessarily know as of yet. But we at least have ourselves an emerald, which is actually relatively good. And something I definitely do want to go ahead and do is I want to grab myself a note block and put in the center. Okay, so... Okay, I'm seeing that island from over here. It looks like an ender tower of sorts. Yeah, that's definitely what that is. It's definitely an ender tower. Which... Or is that supposed to be like... Is that supposed to be a representation of an end city? Is that what that's supposed to be? I feel like that might be what it's supposed to be in the first place. You know what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to expand this off here. I'm not going to do the entire bridge on camera because this is just one of those things that I know is going to bore you guys if I actually do on camera. But at least if I can get this started. Alright, there we go. So we've got ourselves an emerald, which that is actually not on the list of achievements, which I'm not going to complain, because it is a default part of the map at least. But we have ourselves an emerald, which is actually not too bad. And I also was thinking about earlier, I want to get more leather in order to try to get a leather helmet to complete the armor achievement. But I don't know how easy that's going to end up being. Because if I'm not careful, I'm going to knock the cow off into the bottom of the world. Which means I'm not going to get anything off of him whatsoever. And he doesn't look happy because he's on the very corner of the block. I do believe I have some... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put my emerald in here because let's put the... wait a minute. When did I have these other two emeralds? I have no idea. You know, whatever. So it wasn't my first emerald on the world like I thought it was. So let me grab a sword. Actually, no, let's go ahead and put up my pickaxe. Let's put up these stone axes. Let's go ahead and put up the torches and the wood slabs. And you know what? Because I'm a bit of a weirdo trying to organize my hotbar. Alright. So, if I go into this chest, yeah, I have some wheat that I can use to lure the cow off the edge of the island. Hopefully. Unless you're completely stuck. I think this cow is legitimately stuck, which means I'm not going to be able to get leather off of him at all. Actually, I have an idea. I might be able to get leather off of him if I were to go ahead and get my slabs back out. Actually, I don't think I even need that many. So, if I build around this cow, and I'm not going to need these slabs by the time I'm done doing this. So if I put that there, and let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to need to place this here. Let's go ahead and work our way around this cow. There we go. This is probably one of the most ridiculous things I'm ever going to do in this entire world. Alright. So we've got this platform going right here. I do believe, let's just hit him once. He's not going to move because he doesn't think he can move. Come around to this side of him. There we go. Okay, so we actually did get a piece of leather off of him, which is what I was hoping to get. Alright. So that should take us up to, yeah, 3 lever. And if we had a way to recycle leather off of saddles, that would definitely help me out in the long run. But unfortunately, you can't do that. And let's go ahead and put this stuff up. And I don't think I really need the egg bell. Go ahead and put it in here. And I don't really think there's anything else that I can do in this episode. Although I know for a fact I did not end up lighting up the island. Actually, do I need to light up the island where the villager is? Because there's already torches there. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and double check that island really quick. I don't necessarily think I need to light... Yeah, because there's torches all the way around it. So I think the villager's actually fine. And I don't think there's been any mobs. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. There probably have been some mobs that have spawned on this island, but they can't get to the villager because, yeah. Okay, so they're not going to be able to spawn on this island anyway. And, oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that. We've got ourselves a huge tree that has grown. That's not going to be fun to take down. Well, I know what I'm doing at the end of this recording. Is I'm going to be taking down a massive tree. On one hand, I don't like massive trees because, well, they're a pain to take down. On the other hand, that does mean a ton of wood for me. And why can't I get... There we go. So let's go ahead and put this up. But you know what? I think at this point is probably a good place to go ahead and end off the episode. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. One more, then make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCPU0 to stay updated. This has been Zero Studios. Thank you guys for watching. And with that, I will see you guys later.